We escaped from the police and we lost our virginity. I grew up in a little town in upstate New York, and around the time of like 15, 16, 17, everyone starts losing their virginity. And it sort of was like, you don't want to be like the last one in the room. And I remember that was sort of the feel, just like, oh, this person lost their virginity, and them, oh God. Like, everyone around you is starting to get this thing, and this thing seems so important. It's this thing everyone talks about. Yeah, I remember there was just that feeling of like musical chairs. Like, you don't want to be the last one out. In hindsight, none of that like really mattered. No one really cared. And my buddy John lived in another smaller town an hour and a half away. And they always had like these crazy parties, especially in a town that had like a graduating class of, I think, 15. You have like one party in the entire town and everyone shows up. And we would start hanging out with that entire little town of Roscoe. And I remember at one party, like, I met this girl, Amber Rogers, and we hit it off. We were like really connected, and then we stayed in contact after that party. And like the instant messaging conversation that we had was about like, oh, like she asked, very like straightforward, which is kind of cool for high school to ever be deliberate about the thing. So, are you a virgin? She would ask me, like, yeah, I am. She goes, all right, we'll fix that. I was like, okay, I know what to expect. I'm going to go to a party and I'm going to get... Okay, this is how it works. And went to another party that was like in the woods. It was a camping out thing on, what was it, Lake Crystal Lake? It's the same name from a horror film with Jason where people get murdered doing the same exact thing, having sex in the woods. And there was like our group, which is like me, Amber Rogers, my friend John, my brother, and we're all like camping out in our little section, having like a little party. And there's college kids having a bigger party on the side of the camp, and there's families doing their whole family thing. And we decided to like hang out with the college kids. They're having a great time. We all make a collectively like large party, and then eventually the police come, and apparently one of the families just thought that they was getting too rowdy. And so the police line us up in two lines, people with IDs and people without IDs. And most people that could figure out what to do in a situation hid their IDs. And like, yeah, I don't know. My name is... Anyway. And so the police were trying to organize us, but there's only two police, which we were completely unaware of. We assumed they brought the entire town's police, and they were hiding. Being drunk has its elusive reality. And so the two police officers leave to like scan the IDs and see if anyone like can be held responsible for what's happening in the woods, and we all decide to like book it into the woods, and we were convinced that there's a bunch of police that are in the woods trying to collect us, when really it was just other people wandering around trying to find their friends, and everyone's lost in the woods, so everyone's hiding from each other, everyone's trying to like navigate and find their people. And I lost John and Bill, and me and Amber like eventually just sort of exploring into the woods. And after wandering around and stopping and making out and continuing on the adventure, like hiding from people, John comes back and finds us, and he's like, all right, we moved our tents over to the family neighborhood of the lake, and we're just gonna be there now. That's our thing. So we pretended to be part of the families. We get inside the tents, and then I lose my virginity in a tent. And I remember at one point, like after we're pillow talking, we're hanging out, like we're just enjoying each other's company, the police officer comes in, knocks on the tent, and we're like, put on our clothes. The police officer sort of understands that he's interrupting something. He's like, hey, we heard some noise complaints, or there's some college kids, are you familiar? We're like, yeah, they're on the other side of the lake, they're causing some trouble. He goes, all right, sorry, but thank you, and he just leaves, and we're like, we escaped from the police, and we lost our virginity. It was like a whole fun endeavor.
We created this video series in order to create more conversations around sex and sexuality in the world. Check out our website, sextalktoys.com, for more videos, and to get involved with the line of sex toys we're crowdsourcing. Special thanks to Immodest Tea for giving us some really incredible tea. Check them out. They're really up to some good. Feel free to reach out to us to share a story of your own. Share this video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching.